I was really intrigued by for the listeners, the almost like a bookmark that you've got
Yeah.
with things about the differences between K-12 and community college, but then
Mhm.
the other side of like what you should know about yourself. What are some of those things that you have on there? Because I think when I think about myself when I was a
Mhm.
18-year-old going into university, I picked a degree because I thought it looked good.
Yep.
Luckily, I enjoyed it, but the only thing I knew is really I wanted to move away from home
Yep.
and I wanted to get this thing called a degree because apparently it would help me get a job. I think that's all I knew about myself. Oh, and I wanted beer. They were the three things
Yeah,
I knew about life.
absolutely. And honestly, like those are some of those things I think are like canon events. You know what I mean? Like every single person who is in high school going to college, if, you're gonna say you're gonna learn those things as you go through. But coming from the same place, James, is like I had that experience as a young disabled person of going, so I know that I have ADHD and I know that it makes me talk a lot. But like other than that, couldn't tell you, right? Like these specifics about how it impacts me. Um, I can tell you when things are like a problem, like, oh, this is really hard for me and I'm really struggling to communicate or like, those little bits and bobs of everything. But if you would have asked me to name that, like they do in accommodations accessibility meetings where they say, tell me the impacts, I'd probably be like, nothing, right? Like, because, when you live with a disability, right? Like it just is your life, right? Like I don't think I would ever look at Scott and be like, "Oh yeah, man, like so, spelling's really easy, right?" And you'd be like, "No." And I'd be like, "Oh man, like well, you're dyslexic." Right? I probably would be like, "Oh man, yeah, like Scott can't like that's just not his strength, even if you didn't have dyslexia." So it's this idea like that's just, part of your identity until you identify it as, "No, no, no, this is a disabling thing for me." And here's my little riff that I talk to students about all the time is diagnosis does not mean a disability, right? You can have a diagnosis that does not disable you, but disability is why we use this language. So some of the things on that list are about like I've had students who come in who don't even know what their disability is called. And again, do I personally, as like Avery in the accessibility chair, super care about that? No. But you as the student absolutely should know that, you know? The impacts of it, like what I was just talking about is like when we talk about accommodations, I'm not accommodating with a giant box that says, oh, you have ADHD. Here's a box of accommodations that are just ADHD stuff. We're going nitty gritty as like ADHD for me and ADHD for you could be 100% different. So let's make sure we're giving you what you need. And to do that, I need to know how it impacts you.